Welcome to DAV Moil Public School E-class of Standard 6th, subject Science, and our topic name is our environment. Before this session, we have already learned about the biotic components like plants, animals. Now, in this class, we will learn about abiotic component and see how this abiotic component helps the biotic component to survive. What was the definition of the biotic component? All living components are called as biotic component of that environment. But now we are learning about the abiotic. And what are the abiotic components? The components which are non-living. Non-living materials are called as abiotic component. For example, water, air, light, temperature, soil and rock. All these components affect the growth and maintenance and reproduction of living component. It means abiotic component like light, air, water is very essential for the growth of the biotic component. First component of abiotic component is water. My dear student, can you imagine a life without water? No, it is not possible. We need water for each and every activity. Water is essential for the survival and growth of all living organisms. We all drink water. We will not able to survive without water. Water is used for irrigation of crops. Crops cannot grow without water. Human beings and animals needs water for their daily activity like washing, bathing and many more activities which is being completed with the help of water. So my dear student, water is an abiotic component, but it is very essential for the biotic living organism. As water is very essential for us, and on the earth, the whole earth is being covered by the very large amount of water, but out of that only 3% of water is useful to us, because the rest of the amount of water is salty water. So it is very necessary to save the water for the survival of human beings. And one of the method to store the water is rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting can be done by collecting the water on the roof of the houses, and it can be utilized whenever it is being needed after filtration. Rooftop rainwater harvesting is one of the method. In this method, rainwater is collected at the terrace of houses, and through the pipelines, you can see in the picture, through the pipeline this water is transferred to the tanks, pit and small wells. This water is used after filtration and purification, because this water may contain the pollutants. Rainwater harvesting also increases the groundwater level. If the rainwater is not being collected, it will go to the river through the drains, and it will not be available for the instant use. The next component of abiotic component is air. We can't imagine our life also without air, because we all need air for our survival. We need air, we need oxygen for breathing. Air is a mixture of oxygen, nitrogen and carbon. Carbon dioxide is used by the plant for photosynthesis process. Oxygen is used by us, by human beings, by all living organisms for respiration. So, air is another important component, abiotic component, which is very helpful for the biotic component. Next component is light. Light. Sun is the ultimate source of light, and plants are able to prepare food only in the presence of sunlight. Again, this abiotic component, light, is helpful to the biotic component like plants to prepare their food. Aquatic plants also needs sunlight, because sunlight gets penetrated into the water also. So, aquatic plant also needs sunlight to prepare their own food. But as we go deeper and deeper and deeper in the water, the sunlight doesn't reaches. So, it is not necessary that all the aquatic plants will survive. Some plants respond only in the light, like morning glory. It blooms at the sunrise and closes down at the sunset. Sunflower, at the morning, in the morning, it faces the east from where the sun is being growing, and then turns toward west in the evening. The next important component, abiotic component, is temperature. Temperature is what? Temperature is the degree of the hotness and coldness. Temperature is being measured with the help of thermometer. Each organism has its own tolerance range for the temperature. Some plants and animals grow in warm place, but some grow in cold climate. Every living organism needs a sufficient amount of temperature. They doesn't need more, they doesn't need less also. Like plants also. Suppose the apple plant which is growing in a cold area, we can't grow it in our area, in a hot area, because the amount of temperature they need is less. In the same way, we can't grow the mango tree in Shimla, Manali, because there is the temperature is low. Another point, temperature only. Buffalo can't tolerate the much or more temperature as compared to the cow. Cow can tolerate. Why the buffalo is not able to tolerate the high temperature? Because buffalo doesn't have the sweat glands, hence they feel the more heat, as well as buffalo are black in color, and black color absorb the heat. Similarly, camel can survive in desert for long period of time without drinking the water, because camel stores the water, and camel also doesn't have the sweat glands. Therefore, the loss of the water from their body is less. Hence, camel can survive in desert for without getting the water also for a long time. Next topic is mineral cycle. See, my dear students, abiotic component soil has the lots of mineral which is being transferred to the plant or absorbed by the plants. See, you can see the soil, from the soil it is being going to the green plants, and the plants are being absorbed from the plant, that minerals are being absorbed by the animals, and when the animals are dead, with the help of the decomposers, again that minerals are being coming back to the soil. So, this is the mineral cycle, from the soil to the plants, from the plants to the animals, from animals again coming back to the soil. This is a mineral cycle. Another cycle, see, we use oxygen, oxygen is available in the atmosphere, we use oxygen for respiration. From respiration, during the respiration, we emits carbon dioxide gas. We are taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. This carbon dioxide gas is being again absorbed by the plant for the photosynthesis to prepare their food, and again plant releases oxygen back into the atmosphere. So, this is the another mineral cycle. So, my dear student, today we learned the abiotic component: air, water, sunlight, temperature and mineral cycle. Here is a worksheet for you. You have to solve in your notebook, and all the answers are available in this video only. What are abiotic components? Explain how rainwater harvesting can be done. Write any two benefits of air. Explain how sunlight is useful to living organism. Why buffaloes can tolerate high temperature. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.